what's up? Today I am going to be reading Who Would Win? Polar Bear versus Grizzly Bear. And I have a very special guest today. This is my lovely grandma. And
Hello.
she will be on our video today. She will be just listening to the book. So, by the way, my name is Willa, but you should know my name. If you don't, that means you don't watch my videos, which is very sad for me, but it's okay. So let's get started. By the way, this book is by Jerry Pallotta, illustrated by Rob Bolster. Blah, blah, blah. So let's get started. Okay, who will win? During the Arctic winter, polar bears and grizzly bears live far away from each other. But during the summer months, while looking for food, polar bears and grizzly bears sometimes end up in the same location. What would happen if they met each other? What would happen if they had a fight? Who would win? Scientific name of polar bear, Urus matimus. Meet the polar bear. Polar bears are considered sea mammals. They spend most of their time on the frozen sea. They prefer to live near the edge of the ice pack. They are the largest of all bears. Fun fact, there are polar bears in Antarctica. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you the most important thing about this video is that you need to like and subscribe or else you're kind of... Go ahead. Okay, remember, polar bears, North Pole, penguins, South Pole. There are no penguins in the Arctic. Tired. Scientific name of grizzly bear, Ursus arctos horribilis. Meet the grizzly bear. Grizzly bears are mammals that live on land. You can tell grizzlies by the huge hump at their shoulders. This is a muscle they use for digging. Did you know there are no grizzly bears in the southern hemisphere? Sorry, Black Bear, you are not in this book because you are not as big and furious as grizzlies and polar bears. Fun fact, while on a hunting trip, President Teddy Roosevelt refused to shoot an old bear. Newspapers teased him, and from then on, cute stuffed toy bears were called teddy bears. Fun fact, male bears are called boars. Female bears are called sows. Forget about it, giant panda. You are the plant eater, and you are no match for a polar bear or a grizzly. Polar bears have snow white fur. Their color allows them to blend in with their environment, snow, slush, and ice. Fun fact, polar bears have black skin, white fur. Polar bears' names, Ice Bear, Nanook, White Bear, Sea Bear. Did you know a polar bear's white fur is actually translucent? Translucent means see-through or clear. Grizzly bears come in 4 different colors, dark brown, brown, reddish brown, and blonde. Fun fact, grizzlies are also called silvertips. Dark brown, brown, reddish brown, and blonde. 10 feet. Did you know the polar bear is an apex predator? An apex predator is an animal that has no natural enemies. Interesting fact, polar bears can stand on their hind legs. Polar bears are the largest predatory land animals. Polar bears can grow to be 10 feet tall. There is a kindergartner next to a polar bear. 3 feet. 8 feet. Fun fact, grizzlies can also stand on their hind legs. A grizzly bear can stand 8 feet tall. They tower over you. 5 feet. A polar bear's paw is larger than it looks. Actual size claw. Did you know a polar bear claw is slightly webbed? It is like an oar, perfect for swimming. Front paw print, back paw print. Remember, if you even see polar bears' footprints, pay attention. Unipack people say you'll never see the one that gets you. This is a grizzly track. A track is a footprint. Their front claws can be 4 inches long, actual size claw. Front paw track, back paw track. Fun fact, humans have nails on their fingers and toes. Bears have claws. Each paw has 5 long, sharp claws. Polar bears are excellent swimmers. They can swim farther than 50 miles at one stretch. Polar bears mostly eat meat from the ocean: walrus, seals, sea lion, and fish. Seals are their favorite food. Fun fact, polar bears do the doggy paddle. Did you know? Yikes! A polar bear can eat a human, but it hardly ever happens. Not many people live near polar bears. Grizzly bears are good swimmers, but they prefer standing in a high river to catch fish. If a grizzly stands in the right spot, a migrating salmon might jump right into its mouth. Interesting fact, grizzlies eat salmon, trout, apples, berries, honey, and anything they can get their paws on. Grizzlies have also been known to eat moose, elk, caribou, rodents, sheep, crabs, and clams. Not a fun fact. Each year, grizzlies eat a few people. Yuck. Open wide, polar bears have carnivore teeth. Canine teeth in front and huge molars in back. Important fact, polar bears can smell a seal through ice 3 feet thick. Fun fact, carnivore means meat eater. Grizzly bears have teeth that are similar to a polar bear's. Grizzlies have such a good sense of smell that they can detect a dead animal 10 miles away. A polar bear can run 25 miles per hour. That is faster than a human can run. Polar bears can run down some caribou. Speed limit, 25. So who would win if they had a fight, the polar bear or the grizzly bear? Grizzly bears look slow, but don't be fooled. Grizzly bears can easily outrun a human. They are fast. Speed limit, 35. Did you know a grizzly is faster on land than a polar bear is probably faster on ice? Here's a polar bear skeleton. Goofy fact, all polar bears are left-handed. Interesting fact, the sun bear from Asia grows to be only about 5 feet tall, the average height of a human. Bear skeletons are somewhat similar to humans. 4 limbs, 5 fingers, 5 toes, backbones, ribs, head, neck, and hips. Here is the complete skeleton of a grizzly bear. Sad fact, the silver bear from Mexico was hunted to extinction. Interesting fact, scientists have studied bear DNA and think that polar bear and grizzly bears are descended from the same animal. Both adapted to their environments. Polar bears prefer the sea. Grizzlies prefer to live on land. Only except osteologists, a bone scientist, can tell their bones apart. Polar bears are socially animals. They rarely fight each other and mostly they stay away from each other. Grizzly bears are also socially animals, but groups of grizzlies sometimes fish together during a salmon migration. Male polar bears do not hibernate. They spend all winter looking for food. They might build a snow cave to sleep away an unusually bad storm. Snow cave. Female polar bears build a maternity den, usually in their snow and ice, to spend the winter to take care of their cubs. This converses the mom's energy. Did you know hibernation is when an animal goes into a resting state in activity with a slower heartbeat, no eating or drinking, and a lower body temperature? Rock cave. Just before winter, grizzlies eat as much as they can to fatten up for a long sleep. Grizzly bears have deep winter sleep, but it's not true hibernation. A grizzly can wake up and suddenly attack you in the springtime. Grizzlies are hungry. Watch out! See how much more we have. Okay, it's almost done. Funny polar bear stories. A U.S. Navy nuclear sub surfaced in the Arctic ice, only to find a few polar bears snooping around. Sometimes polar bears take naps in the funniest positions. A famous nature photographer waited for days to get a good picture of a polar bear. He was eating lunch in his pickup truck one day when he saw a big surprise in his review mirror. Funny grizzly bear stories. An Alaskan man came home to find a grizzly bear relaxing in his jacuzzi. A sailor, oh, this is Buddy, my little kitten, and he is wanting to come join. So just ignore him, but he's adorable. A sailor anchored in a harbor in Alaska was awakened by a noise. He found a grizzly walking around his yacht. Scared out of his wits, he pushed the grizzlies off on oar. Using a cheeseburger, a tourist lured a grizzly bear into his car. The foolish man wanted to get a nice picture of the bear sitting with his wife. The woman screamed, and the confused bear ran away. It is summer. A polar bear steps off the ice into a beach. A grizzly bear comes out of the woods. They see each other. They can smell each other. Both bears stand to get a better look. Then it happens. The grizzly charges at the polar bear, growling and showing his teeth. The polar bear crouches down, his paws ready for battle. Running at full speed, the grizzlies knock over the polar bear. The polar bear gets right up and fights back. Whack! He smacks the grizzly in the face. Ouch! They claw, scratch and bite. It's a nasty fight. They wrestle, each trying to get the advantage. Rolling around, both bears get dirty from the sand and mud. The grizzly is relentless. It keeps on fighting. Suddenly, the polar bear sees no point in fighting anymore. There is no reason to fight it to the death. The polar bear runs away. The grizzly wins, but now he is sore and tired. He hopes he never runs into a polar bear again. These two bears are so similar. Next time, the outcome could be very different. Okay, guys, I have a little thing, extra thing to do.
Papa fell away.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, taking Buddy, my little cat, and me, is just gonna say goodbye. Bye-bye. I love you guys so much. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. And I need some sleep. So I hope you guys get in your bed and snuggle up too, because it's late. So I love you guys. Good night.